I just realized I haven't done an Eden run in a while. And you know what? This one isn't even horrendously broken for once. I mean, the stats are great, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's not like I started with spin down dice, so there's some merit to actually doing this one. Hi, by the way. How's it going? How you doing? Pardon the roughness of my voice, if there is any. So for some reason, sometimes when before I start recording, this just kind of happens. My voice just does this sometimes. I don't know why. I guess it's been getting colder again. It's been really mild for the past, like, month. And suddenly, now that we're in the midst of January, the weather's like, oh, hey, let's get real cold again. It's been, like, -1 degree outside or something. Like, it's been really, really cold all of a sudden. Just a couple days ago, it was still, like, 10 degrees out. It's a while. And here we are. The cold of winter has finally arrived. Like, it was weird. Like, when I went to Sweden last month, and then, like, as soon as, like, even once I was in Sweden, it started getting warmer, and then by the time I got home, it was, like, fucking 15 degrees in the middle of December. I was like, what the hell? We're not getting a white Christmas this time around, which is not a bad thing, necessarily. What did this, oh, I was gonna say, where does Brother Bobby come from, by the way? It's my trinket. That's cool. And then it was just kind of like that. It was, like, just, like, 10, 12 degrees, like, pretty much every day, for the entire month, up until now, which is, a bit crazy. But yeah, it has been quite fresh, quite frisky. I don't want the D100. I don't want to use it. I don't even want to interface with it. It's only, like, if I'm ever going to use it, it's only really fun to use as well if you are late in a run and you have, like, a bad run. And you just want to, like, reroll everything and see where it takes you, right? If you don't have that, it's kind of like whatever. I wouldn't mind playing that sac room. I will try to remember it this time around and not just fight the boss absent-mindedly, brain deadly. You know, I should probably actually do the sac room for once before fighting the boss, just so I can maybe get myself an angel deal on the first floor. That'd be pretty cool. By the way, I know I said a couple of days ago that I'd be interested in trying out the Isaac Online beta thing, and I still haven't. I thought about it again earlier today. I was like, oh yeah, I remembered it. I was like, oh yeah, I should do that. And as you can tell, I'm still not, because I realized I don't have friends. And I'm mortally scared of interacting with strangers online. But I might like do a random lobby at some point. If I remember. I don't want to promise anything. I might just wait until the thing is fully out of beta, fully fleshed out, right? They've got all the kinks ironed out and stuff like that, but we'll see, we'll see. If I can find a friend to play with, and then I'd be maybe down to clown. We'll see. There's a lot of rooms on this floor, which is very nice, because that means it's extra charges for my book of revelations, which in turn means more sac room plays. Fuck it, let's go, dude. Let's do it. Give me some angel chances. 76. Oh, okay, 67% increase. Angel chances didn't happen, huh? This time around? Nope. Not even a teleport, huh? Not even a random angel item. Man, fuck you. Fuck sac rooms. I don't want to be here no more. I want to commit to angel deals today, man. I've been more devil deal pilled as of the last few months, but still, I really want to go angel deals for once. I walk into these devil deals way too often, man, and they always disappoint. Let it be known, there's a seed. This one is probably like fucking brimstone in there, right? And I'll be mad. Bomb's a key, sure. Gulp, sure. Explosive diarrhea. Thanks for the nickel, buddy. I'm done with this floor. Cool. Didn't get my angel deal? Oh well. You can't have everything in life. Sometimes you gotta make some concessions. I guess this was one of them. Is that how you use the word concessions? I don't even know, man. And I like to pretend that I am more worldly. That's not the word to use there. That I'm smarter than I actually am by using fancy words. I don't actually know what half the shit I say even means. I'm not like professionally trained anyway. Big poop! I'm not professionally trained in any way or anything like that. I'm not like very literate at all, actually. I haven't read a book since I was in school, and even those I would usually skip reading and just read the spark notes. So, like, you know, I don't know what words mean. I just kind of talk. Wow, that's all you get out of a big poop? 1 penny and a couple of hearts? What the? Oh. Oh, wow, these were both good. What the hell? That's a good item room. That's a cracked item room, even. You know what? I have money. I got money. I got... grumble, grumble, grumble. There's my angel deal. I can't believe it showed up so quickly, and it's got Purgatory. Well, this is a priority for my bomb use, by the way. It's definitely gonna be blowing up the statue here. You know what? Let's hit this a little bit. Hey, I got another soul heart out of it. That was worth it. And it's gonna be another big poop, dude. Holy. What's this got, by the way? Ah, great. Lucky penny, at least. It's pretty nice. Actually, pretty good curse room as far as curse rooms are concerned. It's very much above average. I don't know why I was so disappointed. Anyway, I got the big poop again, that's cool. I love how whenever I get a big poop to show up, which is quite rare, it always happens on the mirror side floor, so I get to see it twice. You get to have 2 rooms with it, instead of just 1. Isn't that something? Yeah, that's more like it. That's the amount of money I was expecting out of this. There you go. Okay, yo, damage, nice. Okay, huge. This run is going mighty fine. Can I just teleport down here? It's a bit busted for some reason, the teleporting on the mirror side. It doesn't quite work sometimes. You reckon, I'm gonna actually get a shop someday that's gonna be good? Because I've yet to see one. I've yet to see a shop with anything worthwhile inside of it. Oh, okay, I get my deal straight away, and I don't have a bomb. Yep, I don't have a bomb. Nothing? You got nothing at all? Okay, alright, let's check out the curse room, why not? Okay. This is more like the curse room that I'm used to, not the, not that other shit that's actually got good stuff inside of it. Yeah, fuck it, I'll got keys, I'll do this. Oh my god, that's a good trinket! Oh my god! It's gonna make hitting enemies a lot easier, although it doesn't seem to be working on that guy for whatever reason. Incredible pickups. I was kind of hoping to get homing at some point. I don't know why, I felt like this was a run that needs homing, that would do real well with homing, and, well, now we have it. So, life's good. Man, I love tap firing though. My wrist is gonna love this one. I love RSI, I love getting repetitive strain injuries in my wrist, tendonitis, and carpal tunnel and all that. Yeah, it's so good. What do you got for me? Metal plate? I'll pass. Ghost baby's fine. I suppose it's a conjoined piece. I can live with that. That is very much acceptable. Let's fight the boss. Let's do it. Gideon, you're nothing before me. You are absolutely nothing. You got nothing on me, man. I'm one-shotting all your dudes. I'm killing them. I'm murdering all your dudes. Alright. What's your final wave? What you got for me, huh? Just a bunch of spiders under rocks? Okay, well, I did get hit eventually. I was like, this isn't hitting me, and then I got hit, so, who's the fool but me? Surely I'm due, right? I'm due for a good shop here. Well, sure, I think the only good pill I've encountered so far was Gulp, so I'm happy to, give up pills. This is fine. Curse room, I mean, sure, why not? I keep forgetting that this is what this button does, and I always step on it anyway. What do we got? Cool. Cool. Gif of man having a literal aneurysm. A blood vessel bursting in my brain as I see that curse room. Stigmata, huh? Yeah, fuck it. It's acceptable. And greed, of course. Of course. We've had one good shop, and by good I mean one acceptable shop. It had starter deck inside of it. And we're on the 5th floor now. First floor shop was probably amazing, but I just didn't have the money for anything in there. Ooh. Joke, yeah? Yeah, let's fight the boss right now, why not? I've been to most of the important rooms anyway. Look at that bomb, immediate throw off. Just blow him up instantaneously. We're making good time here, man. It's like a fucking speed run, bro. I never even seen a 112. Or was it 113? I never seen a 113. My angel dear. Divine intervention. Yay. Purgatory has actually been doing surprising amounts of damage for me here. Are Purgatory ghosts affected by BFFs? They gotta be, right? They gotta be. I actually refuse to believe that they're not. And I will assume that they are until proven otherwise, aka until I happen to find BFFs and, you know, am proven otherwise, basically. Ancient Recall. I was gonna say, that's a Chaos card. I'm gonna be very upset. Judgment. Queen of Hearts. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a second, hold the fucking phone. This guy's paying out with an item. Whether he wants to or not, I am making him pay out with an item. And guess what? If this is another demon beggar that wants to spawn out of this judgment card, I would not oppose it either. Okay, it's a normal one, I'll still play him anyway. Don't mind the extra HP. And the Temperance is a good way to get rid of a lot of these red hearts. The next shops are going to be absurd. Holy. Oh, there's blood bag. Okay, cool. That worked out pretty well. It's okay. I've been workshopping this bit for a while, and by a while I mean like literally I came up with it like yesterday, and I've just been like thinking like how am I gonna talk about this, because well, I didn't come up with it yesterday, but like last week, and then I remembered it yesterday. And I was like, how do I come up, like how do I phrase this in like a coherent manner? That should tell you a lot about it. How unhinged and disjointed a thing I'm about to say is gonna be. Basically, I think I am scared of the tenacity, the strength, the persistence of people that live in rural areas, especially if they live in poorer countries. But like people that live in rural areas, like farmers or whatever, I got insane respect for them. I mean, obviously it's because I live in a rural area, but I'm not much of like a rural person, right? I'm not like, oh man, I grew up on the farms or whatever. No, I grew up in the city, actually. It's just that as time has progressed, I've always moved with my parents, and we've just happened to move to, you know, I'll take knife today. We always happen to move to more and more rural places. Like, at first we lived in a pretty big city with 100,000 people in it, and then we lived in a smaller city with like 20,000 people, and then we lived in a smaller town with like 1,000 or like 2,000 people, and now we're living in a tiny ass village with less than 800. So, you know, it just keeps getting smaller and smaller. But like, I guess one impetus for this is there's like a bunch of protests going on in Germany right now, with like farmers protesting the fact that there's going to be subsidies that are being struck out by the government. They're like, we don't want to subsidize fucking diesel fuel anymore for tractors or whatever, which is, you know, silly, I guess, in a way. But on top of that, have you seen those videos that emanate from like rural China or rural Russia? You know, people that live in fucking the middle of nowhere in China or in Siberia. Those people are crazy, man. If you can live in those environments and like persevere, like you are built different from the average person, I think. If you're like the average Chinese man from a rural area would probably fucking kill me if I were to somehow get in a fight with them. Not even a doubt in my mind. They're probably on a diet of pure protein or some shit, like whatever the fuck kind of plants they got growing out there, right? They do nothing but manual hard labor all day, 24/7. Oh, nice bone hearts. Like, they would probably kill me. It's just, that's what I'm saying. You see those videos from the fucking rural Chinese videos or something like that. It's crazy, man. It is actually crazy. I don't know really where I'm going with this, but I'm telling you, man, if you can live in an environment like that, if you can live in like, you know, Yakutsk or wherever, like what that Siberian city is, where it's like, you know, fucking negative 40 degrees in the winter or some shit like that. If you can live there and like survive, you are probably actually built different. Straight up. I think you might be built different. You know, I'll take adoption papers, why not? I wouldn't mind getting conjoined, so this should actually help a little bit. Like, think about it, right? Think about it. The average person living in like a rural place like that, that's all I'm saying, man. Nothing but respect. The mind of a rural Chinese man is an absolute mystery to me as a person. Wow, that's another great item room. I would have loved Jacob's Ladder more if I hadn't taken knife, so I guess this is fine. Although, I don't, maybe it works with knife. I don't know. I was like, you know what, this run doesn't have anything crazy going on yet besides Chalky Milk, and Chalky Milk is being technically overwritten by this now, but, you know, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, like, Germany's like fucked, huh? We're like, I think we're actually like probably a couple of months away from like a civil war breaking out in this country. It doesn't look like that on the global scale. People don't know this if you're not from here, but shit's been fucked here, man. Like, it's not looking hot. I'm pretty sure this is one of the most hated governments we've ever had. I'm pretty sure most of the people that voted for this current government don't like them anymore. But it's fucked because there's no good parties to vote for. Like, politics in this country are actually so cooked because literally every party sucks. They're all bad. They're all bad. The only good one is like the fucking satirical party that's not even a real party. That's actually just called The Party. It's the only good one. And, you know, it's not a real party. They don't actually represent anything. Or, well, they do. They have actual, like, programs and stuff, but, you know, it's supposed to be parody. It's not supposed to actually do much. It's much easier to criticize the established parties and, you know, make fun of them than actually come up with ways to solve it. I'm not saying I would do a better job. I don't think I'm getting into politics because of that, but yeah. What the hell? There's a good shop, too? And it's the adoption papers shop? Lucky pennies out the fucking wazoo? Holy, dude. Cracked key? Like, this is an insane shop. Give me that little brim, by the way. Give me this cracked key. Use said cracked key right here. Damn. Ambitious, I was thinking it could maybe be here. Oh well. Might as well use that. Might as well donate a bit, right? I got money to spare. Why not at least be a little charitable today? There we go. That's why I don't interface with politics, man. Like, surely our politicians must feel bad about the fact that, like, our country's constantly being made fun of for shutting down nuclear power plants and digging up more coal. Like every time I see, like, a YouTube video that's like, oh, here's, like, the German economy dissected. Oh, they're trying very hard to get into green energies. They're so committed to it that they did this and this and this and this. And then, meanwhile, I'm like, nah, brother, we're digging up more coal. Because we are stupid and shut down our nuclear power plants that were perfectly fine and safe and good. Because the people that came up with that idea are fucking insane and stupid, and I hate them for it. That's the only political platform that I would ever run on if I were to get into politics in this country, is to turn on every nuclear power plant that we had again, and, like, build 8 new ones. Because the fact that we shut them off in the first place is unfathomably stupid. I just don't understand why we would do it. There is literally no downside to nuclear power. There is none. I can't think of one. It generates unbelievable amounts of energy to power our more power-hungry industry and even homes. I mean, I got a PC that takes a lot of power, you know. It's got 0 emissions. Literally, all that comes out of those chimneys is water vapor. That's it. It's very dense power as well. It's you know, generates a lot from just a very low amount of fuel. And it's like, come on. We pride ourselves, like, if you're talking safety, right? We pride ourselves in this country on being an industrial leader. We have an insane amount of companies that build the shit that other industries use, right? We have insane engineering. Germany is renowned for its insane engineering. We can build a safe nuclear power plant. It's not that difficult to build a safe nuclear power plant. Other countries can do it too. We are building nuclear power plants in other countries that are buying our engineers, that are taking our know-how, and are like, oh yeah, we'll get a nuclear reactor like that, but we're not building them in our own country because our politics are fucking stupid and insane, and I just don't understand why. I should use this moon card, by the way. I forgot to do that. So we can definitely build a nuclear power plant. The impetus for shutting down nuclear power plants was the Fukushima one having a little bit of a disaster in like 2011. But you need to consider that that is in Japan, a country that is ravaged by an earthquake about every month. Like a strong earthquake about every month. I mean, there was one just a week ago. Roughly. A little over a week ago, 1.5. So, you know, it happens. They have natural disasters. We, on the other hand, do not live in an earthquake region. The last time I remember there being an earthquake in Germany is probably never. At least not a strong enough one that would destroy a nuclear power plant. Plus, again, it's not like Fukushima was a huge disaster. Not much even happened. There wasn't much radiation that leaked, and they had the thing under control for the most part. Yeah, the plant shut down for safety reasons, but it built it near the ocean. That shit's got enough cooling. It didn't melt down or anything, man. There weren't any explosions. There wasn't much radioactive material that escaped. And even if there was any, it's decayed by now. The area is safe to move into again, right? People have such a stigma around nuclear power that they're like, ugh. Ugh, it's so dangerous. Yeah, okay. No shit, Sherlock, it's dangerous. That's why those things are built like fucking out of titanium. That shit is built to withstand nuclear blasts, probably. Because they would create the nuclear blast, probably. That shit can withstand anything, man. Could probably withstand a meteor impacting directly on top of it. Like, it's not that challenging to build a safe nuclear reactor. I don't want Mega. Do I do Hush? I'll be honest, I think this is gonna be a slog of a Hush fight, but I'll do it. I think it's gonna be a slog of a Hush fight. I don't think I have the DPS to take him down handily. I'll use this because it might as well. It's a free item. Okay, Wafer makes me feel a lot safer, though. Now I don't have to worry about anything. I guess I'll take Experimental. Tears down. Okay, to be honest, because I have Knife, it's not that bad. Still sucks, but, you know, it could be worse. The other thing that people are always levying against nuclear power is, okay, what about the waste? What about the nuclear waste? How do we deal with that shit? I mean, I'm beginning to sound like Kyle Hill here, but, you know, nuclear waste is not that big of a problem. Again, the amount of actual high radiation nuclear waste that is created from a nuclear power plant is unfathomably minuscule. It is so small. It is so insignificant. It's such an infinitesimally small amount. The majority of nuclear waste is, or what is considered nuclear waste, is literally just the clothes that the workers at the nuclear power plant wore. It's shit like that, right? It's the clothes that they wore. Like gloves and coats that are just mildly irradiated because they handled, like, nuclear fuel. The majority of fuel is of nuclear waste is stuff like that. Stuff that isn't even all that dangerous, but just for the sake, because of protocols, it's obviously stored as nuclear waste. It's not glowing green barrels with goop in them. Even the high radiation stuff is usually left to decay in a safe environment, where it doesn't cause much of a problem to begin with. And then it's stored in, like, fucking concrete casks that are like, bomb-proof. That shit is, like, impossible to destroy. They're indestructible. And they're stored right on site with the nuclear power plants. You don't even have to put them anywhere. And even if you put them somewhere, why would you care? If a bulletproof container that could not have any radiation ever leak out is put inside, like, a fucking abandoned mineshaft. Like an old salt mine that you're not using anymore anyway. You don't want it there? Okay, I don't mind, put that shit in my backyard, man. I'll dig a hole, put it in there. I don't care, right? If it means that we actually have no energy crisis in this fucking country anymore, then hey, let's go for it, right? I'm down to clown. It's just so unfathomable to me, man, that people are so misinformed about it. Like, oh, what about the nuclear waste, man? Nuclear waste has never been a problem, dude. I don't know where you ever got that idea from. Please entertain me. What other issues could there possibly be with nuclear waste? I think I've addressed all of them. None of them are left untouched. I think they're all very easy to deal with, actually. And nuclear power is what we should be doing. I still think renewable energies are valid. There's a reason to, like, you know, go for solar power or something like that. If you have the infrastructure to store all that energy and deal with the fact that it's, you know, it peaks at certain times of the year or shit like that. Wind's not always gonna be blowing, the sun's not always gonna be shining. I think in the transitionary stage, instead of relying on extra coal or gas imports from countries that we're actually supposed to send sanctions against and thus cannot import gas from, why don't we just, I don't know, use, like, the shit that is unbelievably energy dense? Why don't we just have, like, a, you know, I don't know, nuclear power? Perfectly fine and modern nuclear power plants? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I think that's just, like, it's one of the biggest issues in this country, and for some reason, nobody's fucking talking about it. Everybody in politics is just like, yeah. Like, I think if you went to a random politician that's currently in power, in our parliament, and asked them, how do you feel about nuclear power? Do you think we should get back into it? They would probably say, yes, we should. But they're also too much of a coward to say, well, you know, we kind of made a mistake that time. So they probably don't actually say that publicly, and they just say, no, we should stay out of it. We're going to focus on renewable energies instead, which is an unfathomably stupid gambit. Because that shit's not working out. At least not for power demands of a country that's fucking large, of an industry and all that, but I guess they'll never understand that. As if there is one party that is like, hey, we should get back into nuclear power, I'm voting for them. I don't even care what other, like, in the next election, I think there is one next year, actually. I don't even care what their other policies are. They could have the most horrid policies, like tax increases, I don't give a shit. If their plan is to get us back into nuclear power, I'm voting for them, man. That's all it takes. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be that hardline on it. That's like a very bad idea to vote for somebody because they have one policy you like. I think that's how the Nazis got into power, so maybe I should be careful. But you know what I mean, right? I think it would solve like 90% of the problems in this country. You could have lower energy prices, lower taxes, because, you know, that shit is just, it's free energy, basically. Like, it's, I don't know, man, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why they can't own up to the fact that it was a mistake and just undo it, right? Why they can't just be like, alright, yeah, we fucked up, let's make it right. Instead of funding, like, useless shit that nobody cares about. Instead of sending, like, money to Ukraine and Israel for wars that we aren't even involved in, that like we have no stake in whatsoever. We got enough problems in this country, why are you sending money elsewhere? There's enough shit going wrong here that we should deal with first before we deal with other people's problems. I think that would be cool. I think that would be a good idea, but maybe that makes me a bad person. Maybe I'm not empathetic enough or something like that. I don't know. People that are now getting into retirement, like my parents, are barely getting paid a fucking cent for the amount of work they did throughout their entire lives. I'm probably never gonna be able to get any retirement money at all by the time I get old. It's, you know, shit's fucked, man. There's enough problems to deal with here. But yeah, like, this country's probably, like, going into civil war. Like, we're getting close, man. We're cooked, man. Mass protest from farmers means probably, like, you know, food's gonna get even more expensive, which is gonna make people even more pissed off. I still find it crazy that, like, the cost of living increases haven't gone down again. You know, that, like, fucking supermarkets have just lied about how much food costs, and they just made shit more expensive because they could get away with it because there was inflation last year or whatever, and now that even though inflation has been dialed back tremendously, they're still like, oh, well, you know, whoopsie. Anyway, I'm getting too real. What are we dealing with here? I get to take one of these for free. I hate losing Conjoined, but I also love the idea of a Sac Altar here, man. And I love the idea of a Succubus. Fuck it, I'll prefer the rest. Brown Nugget. Come on, man. I'm taking the rest, I don't even care. Not like Conjoined does much for me with Knife anyway. Anyway, yeah, pardon me for getting political or whatever. I don't know, it's just something that, it just eats away at me. I'm like, the ways to fix this country are so easy. Maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I'm, like, not thinking about it right. I'm not a politician. I haven't studied that shit. I haven't got any experience with that. But To me as a layman, as a complete nobody, it seems so easy. There's so many ways you could easily fix this place. And yet the government is not doing it. There must be a reason they don't. Maybe they're greedy. Maybe they're corrupt. Maybe they're just inept. They're completely incapable of doing anything right. But if a large portion of the population don't like you, there's got to be a reason for it. If the quote-unquote right-wing party in Germany is winning more and more polls every year that you're in power, and you're even considering banning a party that at this point, like, half the population is interested in voting for, you must be wrong. If half of the people in this country disagree with your government so hard that they are willing to vote for a party that was up until recently considered to be extremist, and like, oh, alt-right, right-wing party, you know, either you're really, really, really wrong and need to look at what you're doing politically, or there's a dramatic shift happening in the terms of the demographics of this country. I think it's probably the first and not the second. I'm just saying, man. It's a bit insane to me. I still find it funny that our prime minister was involved in one of the largest tax fraud scandals in German history. His name comes up dozens of times in the documents pertaining to that scandal. He was in the court proceedings for it, and just conveniently happened to forget everything about it, didn't have any memory of it, and now he's in charge of this country. Like, you're really trying to make me believe that this guy is not corrupt as shit? Like, of course he is. I don't even need to see, like, see an audit. Like, he has to be. There's no way, while he was the mayor of Hamburg, that there was a massive fucking tax fraud thing going on that he was involved in, or at least should have definitely known of, and then he conveniently forgets everything about it when questioned about it, and he's completely pardoned of all wrongdoing, and he's not part of it. It's also very funny that that scandal is called Cum-Ex. I think that's very funny. Anyway, like, you know, how does this motherfucker snake his way to being the most powerful man in the country after something like that? Something ain't right, man. Something ain't right. This is how conspiracies are made. I understand conspiracy theorists now, man. This is how you arrive at a point like that. Something just ain't right. This is not how things should work in a democratic country, but here we are. Okay, let's fight the lamb because I want to get it out of the way. I think I actually got magic much for this fight. That's cool. Nice. Here's hoping I can get it again for Mega Stan, which I probably won't be, but who knows? Maybe I will. I didn't get it. Very sad. I'm very saddened by that. Man, the damage is good. It's Mom's Knife. I love a Mom's Knife run. Every once in a while. When there's nothing else that it could ruin, no other synergies that it breaks, Mom's Knife is very fun to use. And we get him down, come on. I don't care how that hit me. I actually do not care. I do not give a shit. I will keep doing it anyway. I can't really hit you, buddy. I'm in the wrong quadrant. It doesn't matter if I can hit him consistently or not, because the few times I can, I do insane amounts of damage. Plus, I'm getting damage from getting hit, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, I got fucking Bloody Lust, don't I? Well, I guess I built it completely. Far and long ago. Thank you, Virgo, for just, like, making this so much easier as well. I can just stand there. Alright, nice! Good fight. Good fight. Easy stuff. And the run has ended. Would you look at that? Beautiful stuff. Hey, it was fun. I've enjoyed myself. I enjoyed getting things off my chest and ranting, I guess. I suppose. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed yourself as much as I have, and that I may see you again tomorrow. You know, all the YouTuber shit and all that. Yeah, subscribe, like, whatever. See ya. Have a good one.